As the saying goes, the student becomes the teacher. Or a lifesaver, you got Elizabeth and Radar. So what you need to know on the go is you may want to take a basic CPR course because you never know when it will be coming in handy. A group of Fox Valley Technical College students were called into action to use the skills they learned from their instructor to save his life.
The instructor's life?
Yes. So a few students were in the EMT basic course at Fox Valley Tech.
Oh my
in
gosh.
Appleton. They're practicing the CPR skills. So the instructor goes and sits down. They have to take the blood pressure. They have to check everything. And at the time they were putting the cuff around him to get the blood pressure, his breathing changed into like a snoring, kind of different breathing. His head turned to one side. And the students were all like, "Oh, what symptoms is he throwing at us? What is this? What was this in the class?"
They thought this was part of the act.
Do you remember what this is? What are we doing?
Part of the demonstration.
Turns out another instructor jumped in and said, "Oh no, there's a problem." Carl, the CPR instructor, was actually having a heart attack. So the students started CPR. Defibrillator was administered. 2 shocks to his heart. Less than 5 minutes. He was conscious and breathing. Carl had said, once I got into the ambulance, I sat there and realized what had happened. He was back on campus just last week after triple bypass surgery, thanking the students and coworkers who saved his life. Right place at the right time there for the students and for that to happen.
Well,
right there. They just jumped right in, went, okay, we learned this. Let's go. And they saved his life.
That's
Isn't that
incredible that happened. And I mean, my gosh,
story.
And good for those students for paying attention in class because it was life-saving.
Right.
Now, this is something that Radar and myself are very passionate about. Cup of Joy Connie is a longtime mixer whose nephew almost lost his life on a baseball field when he went into cardiac arrest. And luckily his coach was there, knew CPR, and saved his life. And she had this moment when she heard about what happened with her nephew where she thought if she was there and she was alone with him, she wouldn't have been able to save his life because she wasn't CPR certified. So now this has become her mission to get as many people certified in CPR as possible. She's even done a TEDx talk on this. And we've had lessons here to get people certified. And it is a really serious situation because you just don't want to be helpless when that happens. And the start of her TEDx talk is really powerful because what she does is she has a timer that goes off. How much time you have left once your heart stops to possibly still be saved and brought back. And she looks around the room and she says, does the person next to you know CPR? Would they be able to save your life?
Right.
And I think about my father-in-law who had the Widowmaker heart attack. He was out on a bicycle ride, working out in Watertown. And he was on a call with my sister-in-law and he started to just not feel well. And he was thinking it was because he was riding his bicycle and he's taking a call. And so he's like, hey, I'm going to let you go. Well, he ended up having this massive heart attack and collapsed.
God. Unbelievable.
Fortunately, though, for him, there was another bike rider riding his bike towards him who was an EMT, who knew
what to do.
CPR.
Right. Jump in and do it.
If that had not happened that way, Steve would not be here today. Like, thank goodness that person knew CPR and did that and saved his life.
It's amazing that once you do get certified, you walk into stores, you look for the AED.
Yes.
You look and say, what if this would happen? What would I do? It just kind of pops in your head. I just had that recently at a softball game. We had an umpire who was leaving the field and he fell down and he had some cramping issues during the game. But when I saw him laying on his side, the first thing that I did, I turned and my daughter Lexi, who's my assistant coach, said, are you grabbing the AED? Yeah, boom. I just grabbed that and ran. You don't even think about anything. You don't think like, how does this work? I'm trained in it, but you're just like, grab it and have it on hand.
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't need to have the AED. He was just kind of laying there and gathering his bearings after he fell. But it's like, whoa, you never know when that's going to come in handy. So it's always good to take that class. And we're going to be setting up classes here again. So I'm sure we're going to be talking about this throughout the summer here once we get recertified later on this summer.
Be prepared, not scared. All right, coming up, we are going to get to Text Roulette. We have got a text here from Mixer Velveeta Llama. She was talking with us when we were out at our broadcast and sent in the situation to the text line. There has been a death in the family, and there are some items, but she's not sure. Does she reach out to people that she hasn't talked to in a really long time to get these items back? We'll wait until you hear what they are. And that's coming up here next. And it was a mixer, back to CPR, for those of you watching, that noticed when Radar did a video in our break room.
It wasn't a mixer. It was my friend that I actually went to grade school with.
He saw it on Facebook?
Yeah, I was just doing a video in the kitchen being goofy, and I happened to go past the AED display there, or the case, and Matt Heil is his name, and he messaged, and he was like, dude, I work and sell these things. Yours is dead. That's not going to help anybody. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah. So I was texting back and forth, and he said, look at it. If it's not blinking,
dead battery.
It's a dead bat. It's, in matter of fact, we had people come out. Yeah, right. We had people come out and they said, ooh, even the battery, this is just an outdated AED. So we got a new one, and then we all got certified in how to use it. So I always check it. I walk in there, I'm like, oh, still blinking green. We're good. We don't have to change the battery yet, but you have to keep that up.
And even if, you learned CPR years ago, the process has changed a little bit now too. Like, it's always good to get updated every year and get recertified.
Recertified every 2 years, because it's good for 2 years.
What the new information is. And there's some songs you can do.
Yes.
The compressions
stay alive, stay alive.
Or push it real good. Do. You're
trying to save someone's life and you're singing. They wake up and go, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a lot of songs you can.
It's a concert.
Sing along. I just always think about, if you ever have to do it, they prepare you for the fact that ribs will crack and break. That was the thing when my father-in-law came out of surgery. You're doing it right when they do break. Yeah. When Steve came out of surgery, the heart surgery was not the most pain. It was the broken ribs that he had.
I imagine.
Well, because he fell and hit his handlebars, which the EMT says he thinks also helped keep him alive, since he had the Widowmaker, because it kind of shocked him back. And then when he was doing the compressions, that it was, the broken ribs. Gosh. Wild times. Wild times.
I've had bruised ribs, never broken.
Oh, I had a bruised tailbone, and that was horrible from a basketball game. But
like being hurt.
Right, just like laughing and breathing and all of it. Just, ouch. Hey, mixers that are watching on the Instagram. Happy Friday. Happy May 1st. All right, so we'll do Text Roulette out of this. I've got Velveeta Llama's text here. I'm just rereading her text. And my accent.
Yeah. Oops. Volcano.
All right. Velveeta Llama.
That's so funny. Whoa, here we go. Let's do some Text Roulette fun.
Oh, good reminder, Will.
I like the way.
That is good. That could maybe even be used on Wednesday later in the show, since that'll be a time that I will be at the Capitol. Should you return an item to an estranged ex. Now, there's a lot of parts to this story, and this is from Mixer, Velveeta Llama. So we misheard her real name when she first called us a while ago. I think it's Yvetta Lamas is her name.
Lamas, yeah.
And
I was
Radar
like,
called her
Velveeta Llama?
So that is her name. She's signing her name on this text.
And she likes it too. It's not like we gave her the nickname and she's like,
She got an award at work and they called it Velveeta Llama.
Yeah.
It's Elizabeth and Radar here on the mix. And this is Velveeta Llama has been through a lot. Her son passed away. And her message here says, "This is Velveeta Llama, and I have my ex-husband's military medals. He gave them to our son, but our son has passed. He is estranged from his family. I would send them to him, but I'm not sure where he lives. If I sent him something, he may just throw it away without even seeing what's inside. What do you suggest?" All right, mixed family, let's wrap our arms around Velveeta Llama, whose heart is definitely in the right place.
Absolutely.
To think like you gave this to our son. And I'm curious if the estranged ex-husband even knows that the son passed away. I would guess likely not, because you would think if there were services and things that he would have
showed up,
surfaced for that. And this is a really meaningful thing to be holding on to, especially with your son's connection to it. But what do you think she should do here? Reach out to family to try to find out where is he? Where does he live?
deliver them somewhere, wherever he lives, right? Because like you said, if she sends it, he's pretty much going to throw it away. Like he'll see it and go,
if he'll see that it's from her,
That's what I mean. Yeah.
that might be what would happen.
Just toss it.
Maybe
not. Maybe he would look at it and say, "Oh, what is she trying to send me?" Oh,
or what
I had
about
that revelation?
Trying to reach out? Is there a social media or something that's a little less formal to just say something like, "Hi, I have an item that's really important to you. I'd like to return it. What's the best way to reach you?" Like that keeps it neutral. Maybe he's more likely to respond. Or you could use that same message and reach out to family and say, "I have a really important item that means a lot to him. He gave it to our son. Our son has since passed away. Do you know how I can get in contact with him?" Without getting into too many specifics. I mean, that's one thing I would suggest to do. 414-432-1099.
The Siding Unlimited text line. I think you may have kind of have the story kind of twisted a little bit here. I would say definitely reach out for those items to give them back because they may be promised to someone else or being given to someone else. So maybe you want to reach out to the ex and just say, "Look, I've got these," but you got to find them first, right? I mean, you have
to find where the ex is,
right?
You haven't
really been in contact, so that's kind of hard to just say, "Yeah, just reach out." Yeah, sure, that's an easy thing, but how do you do this situation? You have to reach out to family, like we were saying. Got to try and find somebody who knows where he is.
All right, we've got some calls coming in, some more texts, a little recap for you. Mixer Velveeta Llama sent us this text. Her son has passed away, and her ex-husband gave the son his military medals. They are estranged. She's trying to get in contact with him. She doesn't know the best way to do this. What do you suggest?
Hey.
Oh.
Well, we'll have to talk to her live coming up. Definitely.
Velveeta Llama, thanks for calling in. Hey, Radar, can you... You're estranged from your ex-husband, and the child that you shared has since passed away. There are some items your ex gave your son, but you don't know how to get a hold of him to return those items. What do you do? This is what Mixer Velveeta Llama is going through in her life. And she did just call into the show to explain a couple more details here. It's Text Roulette with Elizabeth and Radar. And she did say that the ex does know that the son passed away. Because get this, in the state of Wisconsin, she was telling me that she wanted to have her son cremated. You cannot do that without both parents' written consent. So the state had to somehow notify him, found where he was, get his signature, but they're not, understandably so, going to just give that information to her.
Right. So we got it. This is what you wanted. We got it. Okay.
So she's curious to know, what does she do with these medals? Now, here's the one thing I would say about this, though. If he hasn't reached out and want those medals back, or if he somehow will throw away the medals when you send them to him, that's on him. That's not on you. I think your heart is in the right place to try to get this back to him because you know that it meant something to him. But we've got a lot of messages that are coming through here on the side in a limited text line. Here's one that says, hire a private investigator.
Oh, there you go.
I would also say, go to CCAP. Go to CCAP. Perhaps there's a paper trail of an address there.
You know that
if there's been
absolutely
any kind of lawsuits or parking tickets or speeding tickets or
it'll show up
or anything like that, that could be on there as well. But I do think trying to maybe connect with any kind of family member or friend or anybody you might think of through social media to say, hey, this is who I am.
Go to social media.
I have no ill intentions. I don't want any drama. My son has passed away, and I would like to give these medals back to him.
Yeah, they're his military medals, so they belong to you. Son passed away. Obviously, I don't want them here, so want to give these back to you. And it's not like we need to reconnect. We need to do all this stuff. You don't even need to say anything. You want to meet somewhere? Here's the box. Goodbye. Hope you're doing well.
You could also maybe even try to go through a third party. Maybe there's a veterans foreign wars post or an American Legion or something that you can reach out to, or go to your local library. There's incredible researchers there, and they might be able to send you in a direction. But if you truly can't reach him, then maybe you just hold on to them in case he resurfaces.
And then say, hey, I've got something for you.
And if time goes by, maybe they are donated to a veterans memorial or museum or something like that down the road. But a lot of people are also messaging here, Velveeta Llama, that they are thinking of you through this really difficult time and the aftermath of already losing your son and then having to deal with things like that. So we feel for you. We are here for you, and your heart's in the right place. But just know you're showing good intent by wanting to return them. If ultimately he doesn't respond or declines, that's on him.
That's definitely on him.
Good text coming through. All right, mixers, we are in a commercial break, so we will be back.